Should I become a coach or a mentor? Now, these are both very different roles, although they can seem really similar. So I'd love to shed some light on the differences between them and when you would use each tool. So first of all, mentoring is about telling someone exactly what to do. Coaching fundamentally is about creating a space to allow the client to come up with their own answers. And there's a time to use both of them. So for example, purely mentoring is about finding someone who has the results that you want so they can give you the guidance on exactly what to do. For example, when I wanted to learn the skills of public speaking, I went out and I found a mentor, someone who had the results that I want, and then I listened to exactly what they've got to say. They say, do this, don't do that, move here, say this, and I'm thinking, fantastic, I now know exactly what to do. That's mentoring. So it's really getting advice from someone who has exactly the results that you want. That's mentoring. It can be applied to any area of life: cooking, learning to drive a car, playing the piano, becoming a speaker, becoming a coach. Now, coaching is a bit different because coaching, first of all, comes from the fundamental foundational idea that the client has everything that they need within them already, right? So they have the answers that they need, although they just don't know how to access them. And so the coach's role is to create a safe space for the client to be able to have their own awareness, their own understanding, their own unpacking. Where with mentoring, the person that's being mentored has no idea what the answer is and needs to be told by the mentor, hey, this is what I think you should do this and don't do that. When it comes to coaching, we don't actually give our clients personal advice. Now, a lot of people think that coaching is about giving people advice. Say, for example, you go see a relationship coach and they say, hey, well, what I did was this, and this is what I recommend you should do. That's not coaching, that's just giving people advice. Coaching is about understanding human behavior, which is understanding the codes and the patterns of our mind and the world of our emotions. Both of those things impact massively our own self-esteem, our ability to communicate with ourselves, and our ability to have long and lasting relationships with others, personally and in business. So it applies through so many areas of life. And coaching is 4 powerful things. Number 1 is it's creating a space to listen to your client. It still amazes me how many people have never truly felt listened to. We all have a need to belong, and that comes from feeling like we're heard and we're understood. The second part of coaching is about validation. Again, a lot of people live in what's called a validation vacuum. They never hear encouragement, or they never hear validation to hear the words, you're okay, you're doing great, or gee, that sounds like it would have been a real struggle for you. Now, the third part of coaching is the power of asking questions. And this is probably the most important part, to be able to allow the client to come up with their own answers, to ask clarifying questions, to ask really deep questions that get a phenomenal answer. It's been said that the quality of our life is determined by the quality of the questions that we ask ourselves or that are asked of us. The fourth part of coaching is about teaching. And sometimes when we're with our client, we want to educate them on how to actually access something within themselves. For example, this is how you feel an emotion, or this is how you set a boundary in your life, or this is how you clear your mind, for example. So I trust that's a great example of the difference between mentoring and coaching. They're both phenomenal tools. A lot of people become a coach and a mentor, and some people will decide on one or the other based on their preferences and based on what suits them. Now, if this has resonated with you in any way, shape or form, and you'd love to find out more, I'd love to invite you along to a live global broadcast that we're running. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's over 2 days. It's absolutely a gift. And if you want to find out more, you can click the link below, head over to the other page, and I trust I will see you on the other side.